The martyrs who bled and burned for the privilege of assembling with the saints would be stunned, if not utterly ashamed at the lack of backbone in modern Christianity. Church history shows us men and women who gathered knowing full well it may cost them their freedom, their family, or their lives. But they assembled anyway. They did not negotiate with fear. They did not rename cowardice as wisdom. They did not edit obedience with a footnote of common sense. Today, in America, we enjoy unprecedented liberty. For most of us, no soldiers have barred our front church doors. No fires have been lit outside our church buildings. But yet it seems like many Christians have rewritten Hebrews 10:25 to read, "Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together," unless it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, or perceived as risky. We have labeled won't as can't, and fear as prudence. We have excused disobedience with reasoning. Here I have a copy of Fox's Book of Martyrs, and I wanted to read an excerpt from what history has to say. "The assemblies of the brethren were diligently sought out, and such as were taken were examined, tortured, and put to death, because they would not deny Christ, nor forsake the congregation of the faithful." Another excerpt, "At one time, when the Christians were assembled together in a church at Nicomedia, the emperor commanded the church doors to be fastened and fire to be set to it, when they might have escaped if they would but have sacrificed to idols, yet they chose rather to perish in the flames than to deny Christ." Let that sink in. They could have lived if they would only stop assembling, but they refused. Those believers did not ask, "Is this safe?" They asked, "Is Christ worthy?" And they answered with their lives. In America, the tragedy of our age is not persecution, it's complacency. We are not restrained by chains, but by comfort. We're not threatened by emperors, but we are ruled by ease. The early church gathered because Christ was worth dying for. But our modern churches today scatter because gathering is perceived as too risky, or more transparently, too hard. I, for one, want to surround myself with a church and with a pastor who places a high premium on Hebrews 10:25 and who challenges my faith, not weakens it. May God deliver us from a faith that only functions when it's convenient. And I hope that someday we can recover the backbone of those who counted the assembly of the saints worth any price.